Before I start, let me put it that there is a few ways to communicate with me. One is that you drop a message for me in the website itself. Down below there is a way you can chat with me or you can email me. Second approach is that I am sharing my WhatsApp number. You can drop a message there so that I can see it there. So let's start irrespective of what is the number. So we have a few numbers now. Let's start immediately without delay any further. So before I start, let me make a very clear statement that I'll be covering certain legal aspects to it, but none of them will be considered as legal advice or legal instructions. And you can send me the question on my WhatsApp number, which is 916-724-6674, and you drop a message there to me, and let's see if I can try to answer or all of them. So here we go. So what the worldwide the FBI says is that the amount of losses due to the cyber frauds and cybercrime is going to shoot up dramatically, which is almost from 8.4 trillion US dollar to 23.82 trillion dollar. It will be about 5 times the economy size of the drugs at that point of time. That's the size of the cybercrime economy going to be. And let's see what is the agenda today. So I'll be covering what are the various signs of cyber frauds, then various types of recent cyber frauds which have taken place. I'll mention some of them. Then we look at the identification and mitigation approach, how we identify them. In case still you find yourself getting defrauded, then how to report and how to recover from the situation. So let's look at the signs of cyber fraud. Again, I'm sharing that in case of any requirement, just share your thoughts on the number. I will respond in the end of the discussion. So this fraudster, first thing they use the 4 psychological game. One is either the fear or show the urgency that you don't do it so and so time by so and so time, like electricity bill. If you don't pay by so and so time, you will be disconnected. So urgency and fear, of course. Then abuse of trust. First they develop a trust in you, and then when the trust is developed, then on that abuse the trust in some manner, or abuse your greed in some form or the other. Greed can be any of the 3, that is wine, woman, and wealth. Any of the greed, so or combination thereof. That's the psychological game they have in the background. And just note that especially in India, the most of the cyber criminals which you are getting in the front end and getting caught are not very well educated. Most of them are dropouts which are there. So when we look at the structure of cyber criminal, there informal structure, then there's a formal structure. We will discuss all of them. Then there's a organized cyber crimes which takes place. Then some now well developed cyber criminals won't face anything. They want others to do the job, but they provide the technological support to commit the crime, and that's why they say cybercrime is a service. And then cybercrime is also used as a tool of cyber war, as we have seen it. The ransomware technique has been used by Russians as well as by the people supporting Ukraine in the recent war which is going on, and that is also used. This is, you don't have to worry too much, but there is a structure. And those who do not know that word totem is a pole where on which the various gods of red Indians are put, and they show that the structure of their hierarchy of their gods, or hierarchy of to whom they are praying. And they similarly, there is a structure in the hackers team, the script kiddie who doesn't know anything, to the state cyber warfare teams who are well organized, well motivated, as well as well funded. On other side, the people who are attacking you or who are against you can be a relative, a jealous friend from downward, to complete religio-political motivational aspects which can make a attempt of this nature. When we talk of informal structures, there is personal animosity or somebody who's trained but jobless. Like we had a situation in the insurance company. Chap who was being thrown out of the insurance company, he pulled out that how many people have failed to do the insurance and collected that information and abuse that information to defraud the people. A lot of people are most of them are YouTube trained, and Jamtara and Tri Junction, they are bit of, again there's informal structure created there, and they work in that structure. But from the personal animosity to Jamtara, the people getting caught start becoming difficult, right? Then there's a proper formal structures, and in these formal structures the BPO is used as a front end. Recently, one BPO has been busted about two days back by Delhi police, where they were defrauding the Americans, primarily on the matter of, their law enforcement agencies. And sometimes this a BPO is a formal BPO, this is actual BPO of the actual case where the crime took place. And there are also international virtual team which get created. They don't meet each other, they just come together to commit a crime of some nature. Then there is cyber theft ring who steal the information, whether through the hacking or collecting information. Then they use money mule. Money mule are the people who collect the money on their behalf. They do not even know that it is a crime being committed, and they then transfer the rest of money after keeping 5-10% with them and transfer the money. And the money mule, the poor chap, do not know. And they are the people who generally get caught. They are the people who get caught. So don't become money mule in your life. Be aware of that. Then there are malware exploiters who know how to exploit it. It is an organized crime. That's the reality today. Okay, so they're very well structured. The person who's talking to you is not alone. He's got full structure behind it, and in that structure, they gather the information. Some people provide the tools, some provide the database. So when he talks to you first time, the fraudster talking to you first time, he's not talking out of hat, or he's not talking on guesstimate. He's not fishing. Very rare chap do that. Most of the people are well organized. They have the complete data and background on you. You keep seeing the various website getting hacked, so your data is lying in the web. They collect the web data, filter it, target you. So when they approach the target, they are very well aware that whom they are approaching and what the response they are going to be. Then only they can win the trust and make sure that you fall in the trap. For example, even the electricity bill cases, they generally know that when your electricity bill is falling due. So you will generally get between the dates when you're supposed to pay and your last day of disconnection. Somewhere in between the date you will get that message. So they're aware that who you are and what you are doing and what you'll do. Okay, then the proper ecosystem is there, where from malware to exploit kit. Dropper is the very small code which initially gets the penetration into system, and they have structure. There is not, it's nothing like, they're working out of blue somewhere and then abruptly somebody comes and defraud you. It won't happen that way. If you think that that's the case, whenever there are few cases like that, but the most of cases, such cases get caught very easily, as we see in near future. So the cybercrime is a formal service now, and it has got various approaches. I'm not going to get into the detail of the approaches, but the approaches are multiple approaches to undertake the cybercrime as a service, which is provided. Ransomware as a service is Grand Crab, which is doing, many people are doing that. So then let's look at the various types of cyber fraud. So one is first very recent cyber fraud of 13 December, which got reported, is related to the fingerprint cloning. So in this particular case, very interesting case it is. In Haryana, they found several people have been caught. They found that people approach either online or online when their the documents, land deed documents, other documents are there, in which the name of the person and his thumbprint is there. So they're taking the thumbprint of that, and then using the techniques they have, is they developing a thumbprint on a kind of seal, and use the thumbprint to create or extract the information. The problem is that your Aadhaar is linked with the thumb impression, and your AEPS, that is Aadhaar enabled payment system, is working there. So that's why it is causing a problem. So one should do is disable them. We'll see how to disable it. We'll cover in this lecture how to disable it. Then search engine based crime. where you were looking for something and then you found something and you interact with them. But what happened generally in search engine, you not rarely go beyond page 1, maximum page 2, worst case situation page 3. So they do the various technique which are available called SEO techniques. They use it so that to come on the topmost of the page which is visible to you, and thereafter they undertake the activity of hacking. Like in this particular case, the girl was there. She she shares she used her father's account extensively. Extensively means quite extensively. And then she realized that she can't refill the account. She decided to sell her kidney itself. She looked for the kidney. Somebody offered ki, okay, I'll give you 7 crores for the kidney. And so she contacted the doctor on the other side, spoke to her. They convinced her, they made her sign, made her do blood test and all kinds of tests with the test report. Then they said, no, these test reports have to be validated by a doctor. And then they started defrauding her, that give her this much money, this much money, this much money. And they kept asking. And then they said, okay, now we have got everything. Now you go and first you collect the money from Delhi, and then you'll get the 3.5 crore there. Go for operation there at Vedanta, and or some other hospital, wherever they want to give, and that hospital will take out your kidney, and rest of the 3.5 crore will be given after that. But you have to pay for hospitalization, so we have to book the hospital, so give the money for that. We have to block the doctor, we have to give the money for the doctor funds has to be given, it has to be paid by you, because we can't afford that till you don't turn up. We're not sure what will happen. So that poor girl kept paying 16 lakh to them and then ran away. After Delhi, she realized she reached the wrong address. Okay, so this is very funny situation, but that's what happened. And finally, father found her daughter missing, and then the search was launched, and then that girl exposed, and they lost the money. End of it. End of it. Similarly, you ring up and you want a helpline on e-shopping. This person want for helpline something and want to sell some product there. So in the helpline, this fraudster used the SEO technique to bring their number on top, and when they click, they found a very good looking number, proper number where they can communicate. They communicated. It's very noisy, everything. They organize things, they know what they're doing and how they're doing. So what the background sounds should be, they get added. So it's very interesting when you have to see them in action, how they do. So they have everything on you, and they know what you're looking for, what you're expecting, where you'll try to pick the faults, and they prepare for all those faults. And that person lost some money. So these are search based engine crimes. Then WhatsApp video call is the recent, it's last 1.5 year it is happening, but it's picked up pace recently in different format. Let's take first format first. First format is that late night call, video call comes, and the person finds they know that who's the person. Normally they call it by other number and hear your voice basically. But sometimes you get a call where you just don't hear other side, and you just say hello and you leave it and it's get closed. So basically they want to check that whether there's a man other side or a woman other side first thing. So that man or woman, depending on the situation, they get other side, man get the women get the man on other side, and then they start chatting. The earlier pattern was that the girl start chatting, and after some time she takes off her clothes and all and show him some pawns also. And the fact is that all these things getting recorded, and at that stage it bifurcated into two parts. Okay, it's bifurcated into two parts. One part is that she extorts from here onward, that I'll expose it to your Facebook accounts, and she become friendly on Facebook also. I'll expose you to Facebook and all, give me this much money. Extortion starts off. Second trick is they use is that where they tell that this girl is murdered, and I am police inspector so and so calling, this girl is murdered and she has been chatting with you, we suspect you have murdered her. So, and then extortion starts off. But recently the new trend which has come up, okay, just be very careful, listen very very carefully now. In this new trend, what the criminals do is they call you abruptly at any point of time, and in that when they call you to that time, immediately on the first instance you find if a man is there, he'll find a nude girl there. If the woman is there, you'll find a nude man there. Okay, if you remember how the video chats become is your image is small image on the corner and the other chap image is a big one, but you can swap these images. So even if you cut off the phone instantly, just within 30 seconds or 10 seconds you cut it off, but they still have your video in which the static image is taken, and now they try to extort using that and then say ki you're found to be on porn sites and you're found to be this, and all kinds of extortion starts off from there onward. So this is very important aspect. Then we look at the sim cloning. This is becoming a new headache, where the fraudster knows a lot of your detail. By the way, they have now done a lot of research on you. They have your bank account number. They probably have your even the bank account password, right? So even they have the bank account password. We will see if I'll try to show you, if I can show you in some manner, that how to check whether your passwords have been compromised or not. I'll see if we can demonstrate to you today. So we'll try to live demonstration of detecting if the password is compromised or not. So I'll do that. Then they have this information, but then they need OTP. So for that OTP, they steal the SIM, and the SIM can be stolen either by your mistake or by the compromise of the SIM sellers. Sometimes they your own SIM sellers sometimes compromise, and they think. So there, what you get in this particular case is he gets call, but he's getting OTP on voice. So OTP you can get in two manners. One is SMS, another is voice call. So he's asking voice call, but because that chap is speaking, the victim is getting only blank hearing. He's getting no hearing. The chap is just getting continuous OTPs, and then with the OTPs he's making the transactions. Okay, so this is another trick which is used. Banks have, most of banks, especially in the personal level bank, it is still okay, where there is a delay of 24 hours. Maximum limits are set to 25,000, 50,000, and all those kinds of things are there. But in case of the current account of the companies, these limits are generally not there. Sometimes the transaction has to be made immediately, so they remove these limits, and almost instantly your net banking become enabled and new account become enabled and payments can be made. And that's what they use, and that's why generally the companies which are fall prey to it. But it's not, sometimes even the elders and others also can fall prey to it. Now sometimes you get a fake authority call. I have explained this mechanism earlier also, just backward in extortion racket, and the authority calls. Sometimes you get a call from income tax department that your thing has been suspect, you have been transacting so and so money, or you are getting money proceeds of crime in so and so manner, or we are calling from ED department. The recent decision which has come to light is where they're sending on email, after checking with him, no, we'll send you, they send you a letter which is signed by the finance minister, Mrs. Nirmala Sitharaman, signed by her, and Government of India paper, and that they scan and send it to the person to make him believe that what they're selling is truth and better relent, otherwise we will put you in jail. The fear of jail and fear of getting arrested and all these things are used in this authority case. It's becoming common now. Let's look at this. When issue-based crime, when particular incident taking right now, FIFA is taking place today, is the finals. Let the best team win, but there'll be frauds calls basing around the FIFA. Okay, that we will give you the tickets. It starts with the tickets. We'll give you free ticket with 30% off on ticket, and that's how they start off, right? It can be something else, like Ramzan was there, so Ramzan ration is made available. Please come and collect your Ramzan ration from so and so. Make only 100 rupees payment or 500 rupees payment for people of 5, and all those kind of thing. So you just fill up the number of the people in the family number. So this is pay only 100 rupees, but you get this much amount, which is about 2,000, 3,000 rupees item. So person pays for that 100, 200, 500 rupees, and then because they make the money, because the numbers are large number of people fall prey to this, because it's a small amount, 500 rupees. So they think 500 rupee cannot be, a fraudster cannot be asking for 500 rupees, and is very government looking website where you just make entries and all those things. It doesn't ask you too many things. It makes you make the payment. Very clear payment comes up. UPI code comes, you pay. You formally you're paying. There's no, everything looks absolutely fine. There's no error, but it is not. So it's better to check with things. So please remember, whenever you are interacting with the government site, now the government as a policy has said that it will always be gov.in will be the last 6 characters of the website. If it is not, then it's not, should not be first two. Remember this. There is a website which have come up, gov.in dot something else at the and .com. So this has come. Some sites have come like that also. So it should be last 6 digits, gov.in, right? So just remember that. Now, identity theft, everybody knows when your identity is stolen, your credit card will be stolen, your data will be stolen, your CV number is gone. So these are there. They're sold in the marketplace called dark web. I'm not going to get into the detail of dark web and deep web here, but they're sold in the market, and then you have the information. But luckily, Indian system is good. We generally ask for OTP, but the lot of foreign countries work only on CVV, and CVV also get compromised. Then it becomes a challenge. Okay. Then this is this very distressing approach of matrimony fraud. So I give you example of actual case. This is the another case. I'm not quoting the case which is being shown on the screen. I'm just quoting a very serious case which took place where a girl met somebody online on the matrimony site to a so-called doctor working in UK. So for the 3 months that chap kept chatting with her, talking to her comfortably, voice call, video calls, no issues. But video call, he used the what you call green screen, if you people know. So actually there is nothing behind, there is just green wall, but he projects that image behind as if he's sitting in a hospital or he's sitting in outside operation theater of the big hospital. He collected a lot of video and static image, and that got projected, and he's sitting somewhere in India and showing as if he's in UK and working there. And he tells the stories to this girl, and this girl is fully infatuated now. Once that, then he says that, okay, I want to marry you. So she's pretty happy. She informs her parents that that's the boy, this is a photograph, this, and then what happened is the boy says, okay, I'm coming for marriage. And marriage got fixed, and he says, my parents will be there, I'll surprise them, but I'm coming about a month early, and then we'll spend time together. And he made a very nice story, right? And then he says, okay, I'm here, I'm leaving. So he sent her the ticket, air ticket also, air ticket photocopy, photographs also. This is my ticket, I'm booked. Then he says, I'm leaving so time, and he knows, you can online check when the flight takes from Heathrow. So I'm taking off today at so and so time, I'm at Heathrow, I'm doing this. He's telling like live, very between lovers, they talk every 10 minutes, they post something for each other. So she does that very faithfully, and then of course as he's in flight, so everything goes silent. And then few hours when the time of flight is land up in Dubai or for the changeover or layovers, and around that time, about 2 hours from there, she gets a call from an unknown number from Dubai, stating that, see, I am calling, and I have been arrested here. I don't know, but somebody has put a drug in my baggage, and I'm caught. Okay, and I don't know what to do. This nice policeman next to me, who has given his phone, but he's asking, let's say, 25 lakh or 30 lakh rupees. Otherwise they'll kill that they will book the case, and this place, the situation is that they'll kill me in the end of it. The sentence is death here, and I'll not live. And I'm absolute distress. I don't know, they caught me, I don't have money, they have taken away everything, and if you transfer this much amount in this account, then only they can leave me. The poor parents of that girl have put about 25 lakh. They collected 25 lakh and put in the account, and they sent to this person, hoping that this boy will get free. Of course, there was nobody there. Okay. So, and all communication cut off thereafter. So this is a dangerous one. There's another one where this is the one which is right in front of you, is the single mother cheated of 10 lakh rupees matrimony fraud, where he said, "Ki I'm sending you gift, or I'm sending you this, or I'm coming there, or I need this, I'm hospitalized." Any trick, anything emotional, anything emotional, fear of that losing that person who got it after so much effort. So they use that fear, abuse that fear and trust, and then extort money. So this is the frauds which are taking place. Then there's loan apps. This is the one fraud which practically taking highest number of lives, because what happened in these loan apps are the primary Chinese loan apps. The government is after them, they're closing it down left, right and center. A lot of things are happening around it. But what happened in this is that once you want loan, let's say even a small amount loan, 3,000 rupees, 5,000 rupees, 20,000 rupees, this small loans which are being provided, so at very so-called lucrative rate, but and the end of it he wants about 10 times of that or 15 times of that amount back. And one, obviously a person will give up at some stage. Moment he gives up, he says ki, okay, all your data, because the app you loaded has extracted every call of yours, every details of yours, complete data on your system has been taken. And if if they get something which is inappropriate, very good for them. If they don't get it, they morph it, okay, using any trick. And then they say, we will distribute it around, we have your email IDs, we have phone numbers of all your friends and relatives, and we are going to send, otherwise you do. And lots of people have committed suicide. This very disturbing thing. We will discuss how the government and entities are taking charge of the situation. So like that, there are far too many scams. It is innovativeness of human being which they do. So you have to remember a few things. One is that if it is fearsome, don't be afraid, have a look at it rationally and don't panic. Rationally, what can be done? If she is done, you don't know, major wrong, minor wrong is done, like say somebody end up chatting with the girl for long duration of time and then she is found murder, then you go to local police and tell. It will be much simpler life in the situation, right? Or get hold of some experts with you who can help you out to find out whether it is a fake one or a real one. 99.99% it will be fake one. Okay. So then there are KYC fraud, that which is now coming down because government has announced that no KYC in this manner. Don't link for KYC. You get SMS from the bank that do your KYC, and they collect your data and then take. So this will take you to the fake website, which is a phishing site. We'll shortly discuss that, what is phishing, quickly. Then international bank transfer fraud. Okay, this is very interesting. In this, what happens is you get a call that basically what they do is they search your web Facebook profile for long, and they found that you had gone to, let's say, foreign country, let's say Canada for example, because that's the favorite place for the people from Punjab and other things. So वो वहाँ गए, वहाँ से they get a call, and in that call he says ki, remember you met me there and all that. He says, yes, yes. He says, you know what, I have relative in so and so place. Let's say somebody is in Ludhiana. He says, you are in Jalandhar, you give this much money. So what I'm doing is, that relative is my old mother, and she doesn't know how to use the net. So what I'll do is I'll transfer this about 20 lakh to your account, and you give her this money. Okay. So that's the call. After 2-3 days of interaction, that's the call you get. And then you get a SMS from your bank proper. It shows on your system that your 20 lakhs has been put on your account. Okay. Now is not showing as usable money. It is still in the hold, because the money from foreign countries put in hold after receiving. It's not immediately transferred to your account, but it starts reflecting in your account. Now a lot of banks are stopping this activity now, but this was a situation at least some time back, and some banks are still following it. So it shows in your account, but it is not yet credited in your account. At that stage he tells you that, see, one of my friend is in distress, his father is met with accident, and what you do is, you see, you already got 20 lakh from me, you transfer 5 lakh out of it, or 7 lakh or 10 lakh out of it to his account. and so that I help my friend in distress. Rest of money you can give my mother, no issues. So now you're sure that you already have a 20 lakh, out of which 10 lakh has to be given. And they research on you. I told you earlier, they research on you that you will have that much bank balance and you have that much capacity to pay. So they will not ask you which is well beyond your capacity. Okay, they always know what kind of transactions you do. They have a complete background check on you. So then you end up transferring the 10 lakh, and the moment you transfer the 10 lakh, the from bank, the money which is supposed to credit also stop. They know the trick that this money will not actually go through because there is a small glitch in the whole system, and they know the glitch, and that's why the money transaction cannot be completed. So they know. So it's showing in your account for short duration time, but it'll never get credited in your account. It'll go back to that chap, and you already end up paying those 10 lakh rupees to that chap. Do not disturb frauds where you get SMS, do not disturb, click here. You don't want to. They gift at custom fraud where the custom department calls you up, their gift has lined up, but this is custom doable. The person has met you on the Facebook, he says, I'm sending you a birthday gift or something, like they know their birthday, and say, I'm sending you a birthday gift of this beautiful fancy necklace worth 10 lakh rupees or 5 lakh rupees, and custom department calls, this is unauthorized, you have to pay this much custom duties. So you end up paying custom duty which actually goes nowhere, right? Then the fake murder case I already discussed. New cases which are emerging in the world is yet to come to India. Probably may have come to some places, not yet reported in any paper. High mum frauds. This high mum fraud is very interesting frauds. In this, what happens is that the person, they generally give a call. Like I told you, first they find out whether the person is man or woman. If they find a woman, they just WhatsApp it to hi mum from the unknown number. Now, any woman which is elderly generally tend to get concerned whose kids are not with her. So she finds it very unusual ki why this number has come. So she asks, who are you? They have researched on you. They drop your son or daughter's name. I am so and so, and I am stuck in so and so place. Then they have your background check completely. Okay. So in that moment you say ki I am so and so, I am stuck in so and so, and then the story starts off ki I am with police, or I am stuck in so and so place, I lost every wallet, I told my friend to get this phone number, from this phone number I just drop a message hoping that you will pick it up and clear, so urgently send this number to this boy and he will clear up the things and I'll get out. Or I got stuck in a hotel, I stayed there, my wallet and everything got stolen. So there's stories around it, but finally end of it they want the money out of you. Now, deepfake based frauds are very recently coming. So they will see one case ahead, Abhi. But deepfake based frauds are, see, live deepfake fake for the video is still a challenge. It's not impossible. I can show you a demonstration where it is not impossible, but voice has become common. So what they do is they have a voice sample, and that voice sample, say they can generate the voice. So what I am speaking, actually I may not be there, somebody else may be there. So a voice may come like a girl's voice, or my voice comes like your boss voice or your friend's voice. Okay, it sounds absolutely same. And there are cases when the people have lost money because the person called as a boss and told him to the finance chap that transfer this much amount, I'm catching the aircraft. And in there, as told you earlier, they researched on you, so they know that their boss is going on that day. So moment is on flight, then they say my flight is delayed and here I'm calling. So you can't contact the boss. He says, I'm in hurry, I'm just taking a flight from Delhi to New York, so I'll not be available for so and so duration. So please transfer this much amount. Now that poor finance officer is in fix because he recognizes the voice of his CEO, and he did transfer the money, and then the money is lost forever. Honey traps, I told you earlier case also, there's similar kind of cases are then made around it, basically on Facebook, Insta, all kinds of social media applications. These things are available. Telegrams, you use, and this is available. Like this is the one I was talking that where the person who's on other side is actually a boy. He made a female voice and then talked to these elderly people and extorted the money after trapping them. So it can be multiple flavor, but generally track is that what they feel is the person will be afraid of, fear of. If you tell your wife that you have been talking to a girl of 25 years and talking nonsense, naturally and obviously, if that talk is shown to you again and shown ki this is your wife phone number, I will share, that person will give you any money initial stage. After some time they realize, then they of course come to know. Okay, then there's come UPI based frauds. A lot of them takes place. This is very common. Please remember that these are important, very very important, and you can lose money in this. Okay, in this there's a UPI collect request fraud where basically instead of you receiving the money, you end up sending the money. He sends the QR code or he sends the some math approach, and then you send the money back to him. Then there's a remote access frauds are there where they make you load the uh, application who take a remote access to your drive, and on their own they can now transfer the money. This is most dangerous situation where especially this electricity fraud and many fraud takes place is when they tell you that download this app, and that app looks like a electricity board app, but that app has inbuilt into remote access which take complete control of your mobile phone, right? Encrypted SMS scan fraud, we'll see that. And the QR code frauds, they send the QR code which looks like you are making payment, you are receiving the payment, but actually you end up making the payment, or by impersonation on social media. So UPI consists of mobile number and bank account. These are two components which create a virtual address. Sometime it is if your email ID also can be used instead of mobile number to create a virtual address. This address is then not visible to the person, so your bank account is a distance away from the person who's getting access. So this is a UPI collect request. What they do in UPI collect request is they're supposed to send a message. They can write a message there. So in that message they write anything to convince you that it is not for getting the money but sending the money. Okay, so in that they say ki cash will be sent to you or received by you. Remote access, I said that any desk or thing like that they'll try to launch. Now they're become smarter. They don't give you by any desk name because now everybody got used to this particular remote access fraud, remote access tool. But then they put AnyDesk like application into another application, or the phishing application which is a fake application which does take remote access to your system. This uh, this remote access device which can be faked is sold at the dark web at pretty high rate. It is like $20,000, $30,000. So they're very highly priced things, whereas AnyDesk is a free of cost approach. So that's what it is. And create a SMS. If you get a SMS where the word pay is there, please don't click on the SMSs. If SMS has got link built into it, don't click. Simple, straight. Don't do anything. QR code scan is common. That let's say you're selling an item on OLX and all, or you're selling an item on anywhere else, and they say okay, I'm ready to buy it, and then say I'm sending you, like in this particular case, 12,550% advance I'm paying. So he says okay, advance you pay, so you actually your money is taken out from your system rather than giving. We will see what is to be done. Then app based is that the impersonation which takes place on social media application, or the malicious apps are there which can, if you see even Paytm or many apps which can read the SMS of their own, right? When the SMS code is sent, it read. But do you think it reads only that SMS in which the your OTP is sent to for the things? No, it can read any SMS because you are authorized him to read SMS. Now it is the greatness and the rightfulness of the Paytm not to do it, but some other apps may end up doing it, or you may get a fake app. Like there are a lot of apps which are coming which are looks like a WhatsApp, but they are not WhatsApp. Okay, so please be careful. Which can make a phone call on behalf, which can send SMS on behalf, which can receive call on behalf. There are many apps doing it. Please ensure that you generally keep them blocked. Even Paytm, it is better to block it. But thing like Bheem, they doesn't allow to block it. If you block it, then it will not let you use the app. So until unless we have personal data protection bill coming in and make them responsible for it, I don't think any change is going to happen there. Phishing is actually something which looks real but is not real. Like you look at the spelling, it is not F, it is PH. in place of phishing. So it is same, sounds similar but not exactly same. So this is a fake. So there is, you have to be carefully read the email. If it is coming to you or a message coming to you, is it correct? Is it numbered generally or specifically? Though there is a phishing available where high value targets, they get the research, I told you earlier also, they do the research and send you by name. But it can be generally, if it is generally, then be careful that it is you don't fall trap to this fake mails at all. Okay, this email phishing is one, in which generally that's the email trick is there. Spear phishing is where you are as a person is particularly on target. Now they do very well research on you and then you target you. Clone phishing is when they make a clone of your replicate, your email looks like that or your office mail look like that, but there are minor changes. Instead of .com it will be .in, or the name may a के ऊपर there is something, put a dot there and then change it. Whaling is when there like a big target, very rich person is being attacked, so the research work goes on him is much more than that. And pop-up phishing is when you get the advertisement on top key, you do this and you will get the thing, and the moment you click it, it will lead to malware. I'm not getting into this. Let's say grooming extortion. I told you earlier also in two parts, different part, but it is another flavor of that. Uh, so the more than this, my fear is that a lot of people grooming people, especially in Europe, this very become very common. In India also, it is the issues where they entice the young children, especially girls, to take off their dresses, and once they do that, thereafter they abuse her. So be careful. Tell your daughters that don't fall prey to this. It's very dangerous. But let me tell you, even boys are not left out of it. They happen to be the boys which are below 16 and happen to the boys which are above 40, 45, 50. So okay, above 50 boys also and below 15 boys. These are the categories which fall prey to the sextortion, and please be aware and be careful of that. So how do we identify and mitigate this threat? Again, I'm telling you, please use the website in which there's you can send me the mail or you can send me the chat message. I will look at it on completion of the discussion. And in addition, you can send me the WhatsApp on the number which I shown, 916-724-6674. Please do that. We will do. There's no like, share in this. You just have to live with us. Okay, so most important to anyway is that if something is too good, it's dangerous. As simple as that. Control your greed, right? So be careful. Why a girl of 22 will fall for somebody who's 45? Not possible. Similarly, why somebody should give you 10 lakh rupees or 20 lakh rupees for no good? He doesn't know you. Like I told you in the international transaction fraud. Why that person doesn't even know you and trust you and sending you 20 lakh? Why should he send you? If you don't give 20 lakh to his mother, what he'll do? He can do nothing. So think, right? Remember, nothing is free. Nothing is free. Do not trust the person you cannot identify him or her. Better way is if somebody says, no, I am your Masi ka beta or something like that, I'm your relative so and so, I'm from so and so village, because there's research on your village, or they tell you, I don't know, I'm from school time, we met, we are classmates and all, you forgot, I remember, you forgot my name, I was there in your class. So what you do is you talk to the reference he or she is giving it to you. Verify from the common person. Okay. If the person is showing urgency that urgently do it now, just believe that 99.9% it will not be urgent then. Okay. Take a long read, think why the urgency is there. Just because you recognize the voice, don't trust. You can ask a personal question. Let's say you hear your daughter's voice and she's saying, father or mother, I'm stuck at so and so place and I've lost my everything, and she's calling you on phone. You can hear her, right? You can hear her. So you tend to believe. The trick is that ask your daughter, calm down. Tell me, about 3 days back, when your father shouted at you, what had happened? The fake person won't know it, and your daughter will know. Okay, so you calm down, think, and then act. You have to be equally smart if you want to survive. If never say yes to any loan offer for fun also. Why you get so many calls that we giving you loan, sir? Do you want to have loan? You may say, okay, yes, I want to have loan. You know what happens? This call is recorded and used for taking out a CIBIL score. Anybody who's seen the CIBIL score, it's your complete financial history is CIBIL. And anybody and everybody can take it. And CIBIL doesn't inform you. At present, there is no law in this country that CIBIL need to inform you that yes, so and so has taken a CIBIL score. So, moment you say anything like that, that I'll take a loan, that means you've shown the interest in taking loan. That person is then authorized, or that bank or that institution is then authorized to collect a CIBIL score on the basis of your agreement of saying yes, there is an interest in the loan. Okay. So just remember this catch. CIBIL has got only that limitation. Anybody approaching them for CIBIL score has to tell them that why they need it, why he's showing the interest. Okay. Never say yes for loan. Okay. And then email address, generally email is the address generally that your spam you get it. Please ensure your spam filters are correctly configured and not abused. Always use safe browsing. Whenever using financial transaction, use incognito mode. Let me see if I can demonstrate that to you. There are only 12 minutes left, but we'll continue for slightly longer if required. Then if it is use only secure channel, HTTP is not a secure channel, HTTPS is secure channel. When you say secure, basically it means is that the communication which is taking place between your computer and the server of the other end, whether it is going in plain language or it is encrypted. If it is going encrypted, then it will be HTTPS. If it's not encrypted, it will be HTTP. Then lock on the browser, everybody knows on the left side of the lock of the browser, it should be green. That means your it is valid thing. Yellow means it multiple people are using the same digital certificate, and red means no, either it is stolen one or it doesn't have it. And obviously, we've been told every empty number of time, don't use pirated software, pirated antivirus, pirated this. You will get into trouble now because of that. Okay, pond. This is interesting term which is used in the R world, in the cyber security world, where your password is compromised due to the hacking of third party. Like if you remember, LinkedIn got hacked, Swiggy got hacked, your Air India got hacked, right? Facebook got hacked recently, WhatsApp got hacked. So when they get hacked, the username password are compromised, then we'll know. So this is one of the site which is I have been pawn.com. So let me take the copy of this and we'll copy the link. We'll in the end of the thing I'll show it to you that how it is how to check your whether it is correct or not correct, or whether your password is compromised or not compromised. Okay, how to do matrimony frauds, very important, because I told there's the highest, that fraud is single shot you pay highest amount. This is the only fraud where the amount goes is very high, shoots up dramatically because the emotions, the deep emotions getting involved. Person reluctant to come on a video chat, right? If he shows his photograph, please do a reverse photograph check on the Google. You can do that and check that where are that, what all the names he's using, where all he's using. You'll come to know a lot of things about a person, right? You interact with the person or somebody interact with the person matrimony task, and moment you interact in third call he says I love you. That means slightly danger है, थोड़ा खतरा है, मुश्किल है ठीक होना. Okay, it is dangerous. If a person starts inquiring about your financial well-being, how good you are financially, how your parents are, then it is a danger sign. And if you look for that person's email ID, you have email ID now, he's shared with you, or his phone number, but on net you do not find too much of his footprints, you do not find too many of his friends, you do not find too many contacts, then it is slightly dangerous situation. Be careful. It's a red signal. I'm not saying they are wrong, but you need to, they are the one which will give a sign to you that is a matrimony fraud. Now, defense again, phishing is, which I told you phishing earlier, is use spam filter, update your softwares, use multi-factor authentications, use backup, and do not click on attachment and block unreliable website. This is valid for general security also and phishing especially. Okay, Aadhaar security. I told you that Aadhaar is one of the most important thing. So when you go to Aadhaar, My Aadhaar, you click My Aadhaar, then Aadhaar service. Can you see here? Aadhaar services. In this, there's multiple things which are for your security reason. Please use them. There's, you see, block unblock biometrics. Block unblock biometrics is the one which is fourth last from the bottom, is the one where you can change the biometrics. If you log in, you get something screen like this. Okay, where you can lock unlock biometrics, and you click it and keep it locked. Okay, and if only if on a specific occasion you have to unlock it, then that's how it shows you that whether it is locked or unlocked, that what is allowed is only SMS is allowed. If you unlock it, then everything will be allowed. So how it will get ticked, it'll show it to you that what is allowed and what is not allowed. Facial recognition not allowed. You can enable particular thing if you want to, but generally and standard practice, this everything get locked out. Okay. Set of precautions you take. Enable multi-factor authentication. Multi-factor authentication is that use SMS, OTP or other mechanisms with just not one thing. Like WhatsApp also has got multi-factor authentication. In addition, it also have the passkey where you whenever it sees a new device, it generally asks you the passkey. So you please put a passkey there. So passkey will help you even if the somebody taken away your WhatsApp account, he cannot do it. Paytm right now doesn't have WhatsApp account and multi-factor right now, but the moment they have it, please use it. There's a lot of money getting lost because of the account takeover, right? Then always create a strong password, at least 12 characters. You don't have to mix too much, but use simple words. Use poem, use something else. Be innovative. There are password managers. Use the password managers, especially the one which are there on the system. Or if you use the Excel sheet, then you can encrypt the Excel sheet also. The Word document Word provides you facility of encrypt. Keep it encrypt, decrypt it only for the duration, and encrypt it again. You can use that trick to keep your password, because today you have a password overload. There's so many passwords that you forgot. We keep telling you don't use same password at multiple place, and they get compromised. So that does happen. Okay. Do not sit at the airport and use Wi-Fi of airports and start logging in. You may get into problem. Um, when you completed the work, especially on the HTTPS site, please ensure that you log out. Otherwise, your token, which is we call it, stays on your computer and that can be stolen. Once token is stolen, then using that token, anybody can connect up with your banking account or any account, basically any transaction, secure transaction. Monitor your account regularly. Note the unusual behavior. If your money is getting directly from the bank, let's say about 110 rupees per month, which you can't identify why it is deducting, it's better to call up the bank and get a clarification. So this is a small trick they use it, that they deduct only 100 rupees from person, so he never cries about it, he doesn't know it for years together, and they are collecting this 100 rupees from, let's say, 5 lakh people a month. So they're making clean 5 crores per month income, simple income. No complications in life, right? And there's no report, police won't listen. 100 rupees, police won't listen to you. So we'll see what can be done if police doesn't listen to you. If your printer doesn't work, doesn't connect with your system and doesn't work, you try multiple printers, they work for short duration time and then don't work, then presume that your laptop is hacked, or your hard system is hacked. If multiple printer doesn't work, right? There's a place which generally government uses this port, but a lot of hackers also use this port for the hacking. So if the printer port is not functioning, then when you connect the printer doesn't work. That's the catch. So it's an indicative. It's not surety, but indicative. Don't go to insecure shopping sites, online pay, Instagram. You get something for shopping and you end up shopping. There are issues around it. Your luck, small amount you can take a risk, big amount avoid. Give bare minimum information where it is not necessary, asterisk mark, not necessary, don't give it. Shop from popular shopping site, that's better thing to do. Be careful, you have to be sure when the other chap is selling what he's selling. Have standard antivirus and malware program installed, no ambiguity on that, no question that you should not do it. Install app only from the trusted sites. What I mean trusted site is like you have a Play Store or the App Store, or for example recently that's your facial recognition approach for your life certificate. So the app is not available on the Google, but you have to download. So this downloading is to take place from, remember, from the website which is gov.in. So gov.in website, from where the government has directed you to download, you can use that, right? But don't, if you're not sure, then don't do it from outside the Play Stores. Not that Play Stores are absolutely safe, but they are safer. They at least do have some checks and balances. The moment they find a problem, they remove it. There are occasions when the Play Stores have been breached, but the problem is reduced. Use credit card instead of debit card for simple reasons. Credit card, the money has to be yet to be collected from you. You just pay 100 rupees or 1000 rupees depending on the amount of transaction. That only that much amount get blocked. Rest is with you and till matter is resolved. Right? Whereas in debit card, money is gone. Now, bank is not technically speaking, emotionally speaking, under liability. Right? If UPI link bank account, please keep at least two bank account. In one bank account which is linked to UPI, keep bare minimum amount, let's say 10,000, 5,000 rupees, 20,000 rupees, whatever bank allows you, and use that money for your day-to-day consumption and keep refilling it till the government comes up with the UPI wallet, which is coming up. As and when they come with the UPI wallet, you can use that, transfer bank to UPI wallet and use UPI wallet. Then avoid credit card to UPI linking. Okay, so that's dangerous, because once the UPI get compromised, app get compromised, then you can clean sweep your credit card of 5 lakh rupees, 7 lakh rupees, whatever is the amount. Check if your phone is linked to any unknown bank account. There's a website, let me see if I can catch today, that if you go there and you put your phone number, it'll come to know how many bank account is linked to. Okay, so you can get that. Income tax account, check your, this is important, this is new, this is not available anywhere, nobody's telling you, so be careful what I'm saying now, very listen carefully. Income tax account, check your AIS, annual information statement, and tax payer information summary, at least once in 2-3 months. So once you check it, you will come to know how much money is coming in under your name. Okay, so there is no fake account, bank account opened somewhere and being transacting on your name, right? If that happens, because if your Aadhaar is compromised, then somebody can open the account in your name somewhere and then do all wrong things there, and in the end you will get caught. So it can happen, be careful. Okay, how to report and recover from the situation? Again, I'm telling you, please share your comments, your thoughts, your questions on my number, or there's a contact details down below. You can contact me or chat with me, in that you put it, I'll get to know. Okay, the procedure is for the civil case, for the IT Act related issues, there is educating officer. You cannot go to the civil court. Remember this. You cannot go to the civil court. You have to go to the educating officer, then cyber appellate tribunal, which is TRI right presently, and then go to the, that can go to High Court and Supreme Court. This route. You can go to civil court for the IT Act related cases. IT Act related cases. For the criminal cases, the procedure is same across magistrate, court of session, High Court, and Supreme Court. Okay, so in case of the problem, there is a golden hour called 1 hour. Within 1 hour, if you try, the probability of your recovery of money is high, because banks have been directed that do not freshly come money from unknown source, do not reflect, or even if reflect, don't allow to accept for 1 hour if it is come from first time from that source, right? If it's coming often, then yes, it can be really relaxed. So ring up on 1930. This number is opened, or you can tweet on CyberDost, right? Or you can go to the cybercrime.gov.in. But in any case, whether you rang up on 1930 or whether you use CyberDost, please use cybercrime.gov.in, because it's a detailed report. And there's another reason for it. Any report which is submitted to cybercrime.gov.in it'll end up, it will generate that what you have submitted, what are the document you submitted, what are the proof you have submitted, what all you have submitted. It'll take that and give you the complete report, and that report is considered equivalent to FIR. Now, because the law and order is a state subject and not a center subject, but the cybercrime.gov.in is maintained by Ministry of Home Affairs. So what it does is it takes your complaint and send it to the appropriate state, and then state's supposed to act upon it. If 3 days nothing happens and you want an action, then the website gives you the detail that which all the people you can contact, and if that person doesn't react, it tells you that whom to approach further above him, who should react to your complaint. So you will have proper numbers and registration of mechanism. But as far as the bank goes, for the bank purpose or for the purpose of any app-based transactions, this report with cybercrime.gov.in is considered as good as an FIR. Where the prerequisite is there should be an FIR, then this is considered an FIR. So it is important that you put a formal complaint. 1930 Cyberdost is not considered as FIR. So that's a small legal hitch there. Please ensure that this happened. And if you still want an action further from the authority, so the email IDs and phone numbers are given for the authority in the website. You can take there, or you can contact me. I'll share that with you. I'll share that list with you. In case of the complaint with NPCI, this is the numbers. You can see this video later on also, or you can drop a message to me and ask me any point of time, and I'll give you these details. Not an issue. Complaint with the RBI, there is a proper RBI where you can complain it. The SEBI you can complain with, IRDA you can complain with, or National Housing Bank you can complain with, wherever you get defrauded or any action required, in fact. So that's the contact numbers, contact email IDs, or contact websites which are given in this. So in that you fill up the complaint and you get the money. So these are two places. Remember, one is for cybercrime and one is to get back the money. Two different things. One is for investigation purpose and one is for recovery of money. So these two different, just remember these two different you have to act upon. Don't say that one place has been done is good enough. It may or may not be. Okay. And above all of them have got the ombudsman. If these steps don't listen, just go to ombudsman within a month time. Okay. RBI issued directions that if your credit card is less than 5 lakh rupees, or it's put some limitation, then no question, and report is made within 3 days of the happening. 3 days is 3 days after the happening. If it is report is made, then for certain amount the whole money is supposed to be recovered, put in escrow, and within a month is supposed to pay you back. If it is if you are reporting after more than 3 days, then it will still go in escrow, but the responsibility of bank will reduce dramatically. After not that after 10 days also you can't do anything, but after 7 days you can't do anything, but then liability will be decided by the bank, how much liability they'll be responsible for. So remember that you report to the bank. After reporting to cybercrime.gov.in, you go to the bank and submit the report. Okay, before that you can submit on phone, but later on you may have to submit with that report in hand and all of the transaction details shown, and then the report you submit. Remember, the escrow account is active generally for a month, sometime it's 3 months. But if you think that okay, abhi to paisa aa gaya hai mere account mein dikh raha hai, but it's not yet credited and is in escrow, this may go back. So please ensure that you persist, you keep asking the bank again and again, then you will get this money. If you don't ask, on the 30th day, bank may say escrow say bank has taken it, that fault lies with you. Okay, of course fault will lie with you, because the fraudster managed to convince you to do something wrong. So bank can always transfer this responsibility on you. However, the RBI direction very clear, responsibility stays with the bank to prove it. RBI in addition has issued list of the representative officers in each state. Their phone numbers and their email IDs have been shared publicly. If anybody is interested can ask me. I can share that with you. Similarly, RBI also issued the list of companies, non-banking financial companies who can lend the loan. So if you take the loan from anybody else, it is at your risk, at your problem. Nobody will help you. Let me tell you, nobody will help you. Police will also say, go, we don't know. Though when number goes for the totality of thing, they will go. But for the individual, they may not act. So please be careful that go to RBI site. If you find that is from that site only, and you're sure that this the application is actually from that site, then only you take it. Don't take fished application, which is looks like from that NBFS but not actually from that NBFC. Okay. Abhi, let's say you have ordered something from the e-commerce site. Let's say you order for mobile phone, and when it comes, there's only a soap inside it, right? Or there's stone inside it. The people who have asked for something else, they got chappal inside. Now what you do? So first action is report the matter immediately at the earliest possible to that uh, uh, e-commerce site, because that e-commerce site is not going to take back. They ordered mobile phone. You can return only mobile phone. You can't return soap to them. If you say return policy, it doesn't work. So first make a report. Take a complaint number. When you get a complaint number, keep a complaint number with you and try to pursue with them for 2-3 days. If it doesn't happen, then you can register a complaint. Okay, I given the number 1915, like 1930. Half of 30 is 15. 1915, half the pars. Okay, remember this. You can do that, or you can go to consumerhelpline.gov.in, consumerhelpline.gov.in, and put your complaint there, register your complaint there, and the actions will be taken. And you can also use Umang app, which has got many apps built inside. Umang is a platform for the apps of the government of India. So you can use Umang app, which has got plethora of the application. You can put a complaint from there also. Consumer helpline app is there. You can put the things from there from Ingram. Okay, integrated grievance redressal mechanism is consumer helpline is there, or the applications are there. So in that case, you can use that and get your things recovered. Okay, now another thing is, just this is not come up in the court as yet, but I'm sure these crooks will raise this issue, and when they're earning so much of money, they'll buy the best lawyers to protect themselves, and will say ki what printout you've taken does not have the 65B Evidence Act certificate. So whenever you take a printout of anything and you're giving it to bank or anybody, so before giving it to bank, make a copy of it and sign on each page of it. Right? Even what you print, sign on each page of it, and then in the end give a certificate which is given here. So in that last page you write what is the computer you used, whether you use laptop, you use desktop, you use mobile phone to print out. So you write that by hand, then write that which printer you used, right? Write that whether your which antivirus was using on the desktop or laptop, your operating system, whether Android or Windows 10 or Windows 8 or Windows 7, whatever. You printed from what, whether Chrome browser you used, or there's a Word document you printed, or your Excel sheet you printed, your Adobe website, just name that printer, one word will come there. Then make a statement. This is certified that the above mentioned laptop is owned by me, or owned by my son, or owned by my wife, or is a company website laptop, or I'm working at the cafe or at friend's laptop, whosoever it is, printed by me or in front of me. If you are printing yourself, well and good. If you're getting printed from your friend, so it is printed by me or in front of me on my direction at the shop so and so, or at the house of so and so. The full stop. The content printed are correctly appeared in the printout to best of my knowledge and belief. Sign it, date it, place it. Preferably put the time also there. Okay. So this you must give of every completed document. Okay, if you printed 5 documents, then 5 times you have to give. If there is only one PDF file, which is considered 40 page, then only one PDF file. Right? So this certificate is required, because right now no court has as yet raised the level of decision of this level, but I'm sure these crooks will use this trick to say that the output taken by you is not valid in the court of law, not admissible, cannot be looked into. So this is the admissibility clause. This is not the best kind of 65B Evidence Act, because that is slightly longish, which the companies and the corporate and the police should use it, or any law enforcement agencies to use it. But it is good to go for the people. The minimum information which is required is computer, what printer, what operating system. 3 things. Surety that things are working perfectly, that is which antivirus. Okay, and printed from which document. And then it say that it is my laptop or whose system, and where it is got printed under your direction or by you, and you presume that this is what has been printed out is correctly to best of your knowledge and the belief. This is the basic requirement of the 65B Evidence Act. You don't have this, not today, but tomorrow, your evidence cannot be looked into. That's the law. So please note this. Okay. Last section. In case of hacked, compromise of phone stolen as SIM compromised, right? If that has taken place, then please ensure that you immediately make report on 1930. Next thing is you must change the password, and if possible change the authentication phone number also, and inform your banks and everybody that your phone number has got changed to so and so, so and so, even if you recover the phone, right? Final words. If you're entering a PIN, then please remember in UPI app, if you have to enter the PIN, that means it is only required when you have to give away the money. For receiving the money, no PIN will be required. Repeatedly been told, don't share your PIN, OTP, CVV, password with anyone. Will get abused. Like remember that girl which used her father's account and lost 16 lakh. So you can give to your sons and daughters and then get into trouble. Use multi-factor authentication where possible. Multi-factor is use more than password to access the information, right? Or whenever you change the browser or when you log somewhere else, so there are two separate activities you need to do to complete the things. Multi-factor, minimum 2 activity. As I told you earlier, have a bank account which is for transaction purpose, for online banking and other banking, and where rest of the money stays is not for online banking and online transactions. Only to your account, refill your account from there. Set upper limit on the transaction account on all banks, that this is the, especially on net banking, this is the per day expend, 5,000 rupees, 10,000 rupees, 1 lakh rupees, 10 lakh rupees. Your choice, you put it there so that maximum your risk amount can be taken. Remember, this number can be changed any point of time to make a bigger transaction. Let's say you are buying a house, you have to now transfer, let's say 50 lakh rupees. So you can change this number, transfer the 50 lakh and back to 1 lakh. Okay. So you can do it together. No, not an issue. So that's within your control. Similarly, international transactions should be disabled if you are not using. Use RuPay card. Why I say RuPay card? Not because of only patriotic reason, but reason for that is RuPay card is not usable in most of the other countries. So outside country it cannot be used. Even if everything is compromised, it cannot be used. Okay. So that's the advantage. There's a lot of questions which are still pending toward the government, that where the proper research documentations, where the theories, where the processes in place. It is still very nebulous and no proper report either submitted to the parliament or to the public. So there are concerns about it, and we must pressurize our government that start looking at it with more seriously. More studies required to be done so that remedial measures, if you're pushing for digital India, if you're pushing for online transaction more and more, then we should do a proper research work on that and proper documentation. That's, I complete the document things. Please drop your messages. I'll see that. Now let's look at the some of the thing I mentioned there, right? So let me change the tag. Here we go. Okay. So in this, I got only one message till now. So in this, which we are searching is this, remember? So once you click here, so I have been pawned.com. That's the website. So in this, you can put your email ID, okay, and check pawned. Is my password got compromised ever? So it'll just tell you. So it says this password has been compromised from 13 data breaches. I've been on the system for last 35 years, so naturally, obviously. Which are these sites? This lists out. Adobe in 2013, data and image exposures on so and so date, Disqs, This is a website where when I entered the password on so and so date in December 2018, it was compromised. If I put something later than that, it is not. Okay, India Mart. These are all compromised websites. Okay, where my this email ID got compromised. Okay, these are websites where my password got compromised. They're the real ones. Okay, but you can put that my mobile number. If I put it, let's say I put my mobile number. So let's see. So it has not been compromised as yet, and don't try it. So that's what it is for now. In addition, what I have done is that my lecture will end today, but you want to tell this to lot many people. One is I'm going to put this video up at least on YouTube. I'll make it public. So it will be available on my YouTube channel. For searching my YouTube channel, very simple. Go there and just write at the rate Commander Sen. That's it. When you put this there on the YouTube search engine, you will get to my channel. You'll get this today's presentation there, complete video there. In addition, what I have done is I have in the site only where you are seeing, you are on this live site. All of you are here. So in this I have put news, right? It's slow because that my system is consuming multiple channels right now. So in news you'll find these various crime taking place. I'm trying to put every day or every ordinary day some cyber crimes, so you'll learn about all cyber crimes together. They focused on cyber crimes, not just on the cyber frauds but cyber crimes in totality, right? Focus generally in India or any international news which have impact on India. That's what my website says, with Indian bias. Okay, security privacy law with Indian bias. Or you can go to cyber fraud videos, right? So here I am collating all the videos on cyber fraud which is coming. Sometimes videos are more explainer, they are explain things very much more easily, and that's what so I'll try to do at least video. I try to do once a week, and the news I do every day or alternate day I update. So you can use these two and come to know that how the things are taking place, and modify things and learn a lot. And my recommendation is you must visit these two tabs at least once a week, so as to just keep updated and share it with your friends so that they don't get entrapped, don't lose money. That's the whole objective of today's exercise, and as long as we meet that objective, I'm pretty happy about it. So that's what it is. I'm back to any questions. Please drop your questions now. I'm available.